Greetings everyone. So for today's video, we're going to present our project in client-side scripting, which is in number analysis. So in this project, we need to create a simple web application where a user can input 1 to 12 numbers in a text field that will generate the following output: count all digits, count all event digits, count all odd digits, display most occurring digits, and lastly, find a digit. These 5 functions need to be seen on the button, but the find a digit need to use a prompt, while the other output will be directly displayed once the button is used. We also need to create a clear button that will remove all the contents in the field. And before we proceed to our presentations, I would like to introduce my group mates. First, it's Benaflor John Paul, Sinicula Victor Henry, Galang Joseph, Lingan Gabriel, Marcelana Eve, Morales Roger, Palma Cedric, Panoy Ivan Froy, and lastly, Verda Regina Rose. That's all. Let's proceed to our presentation.
Hello, my name is John Paul H. Buenaptor, and I'm here to discuss the HTML that we use. On our head tag, we use meta charset equals UTF-8 to specify the character encoding for the HTML document. Meta HTTP equib equals XUA compatible content equals IE Edge. This meta tag provides instruction to Internet Explorer on how to render the page. In this case, it specifies the latest version of IE should be used. Meta name equals viewport content equals width equals device width, initial scale equals 1.0. This meta tag set the viewport width to device width and set the initial zoom level to 1.0. And in the link, there's attribute that relationship style sheet and hypertext references that have hyperlink to project CSS. On the body, we put label element. We use this to associate a label with an input element. The label text is enter a number 1 to 12 and we set the max length in 13. And we also put input button inside the table data. The value of the button is clear upon click. It will clear the table. These are additional buttons that, when clicked, will execute different functions such as counting all digits, counting even digits, counting odd digits, find the most occurring digits, find a specific digit. The buttons are styled with the class operation buttons. We have different span for class P output fields with ID. We have P output fields all digit, P output fields even digits, P output fields odd digits, P out field the most occurring digits, and P out fields finding a specific digit. Our JavaScript have attribute source that have external JavaScript and we call it project.js.
Greetings, I am Victor Henry C. Nicola and I will explain the CSS or cascading style sheets that style our HTML. So CSS styles the elements in the HTML that match the tag or ID of a class or any other thing. And to change specific elements in HTML, I put ID and class name for elements whose styles I need to change. The syntax in CSS is pretty simple, like here, body, and I can also put button that don't need a period or a pound sign. So this is used for class, which is for operation buttons, like operation buttons, if it's a class. In CSS you need to put a period before the class name. So this is the style of the operation buttons, which is this. So the color of the font is white, text align is center, background color is this, which is the green background. And then for P output, this is the P output. So the font family is UI. It's the most common Windows font. It's almost available everywhere, and Arial the same. And then if there is none of those things, it will choose the default sans serif of the browser. And that's the CSS for our HTML. It's pretty simple. Thank you.
Good day everyone, my name is Joseph Argalan Jr. Today I would like to discuss the lines 1 to 3, set up constants to reference your specific input and output elements in the HTML document using getElementById and getElements by class name. Lines 4 to 8, set up constants to reference specific output elements related to the different types of digit in the user input. All digits, even digits, odd digits, and the most occurring digit. Lines 9 to 14, set up constants to store labels for the different types of digit outputs and whether a certain digit is found or not found in the user input. Line 17, initializes an object called digits output with keys representing different types of digit outputs and values set to 0. The program does not include any code to handle user input or manipulate the digits output object yet, but it could be used to create a JavaScript function that takes a user input and updates the digit output object accordingly, then updates the HTML document to display the results. This is a JavaScript function named checkNumber that takes in a parameter num and checks if it is a valid number. The function begins by initializing a variable isNumber to true, which will be used later to determine if the input number is valid, and variable num input fb is converted to numeric value. If num input fb is none or not a number, or if it is an empty string using the isNone function and comparison operator, there is an alert message will appear. Input is invalid, please try again. If getDigitCount function is greater than 12, an alert message will appear again. Input is invalid, only enter a number with 1 to 12 digits, and returns false. The function returns the value of isNumber, which will be either true or false depending on whether the input num is a valid number or not.
I am Gabriel Lingan. For the clear button function, we set the field where the user will input the numbers or number and the output for all digits, even numbers, odd numbers, most occurring digits, and the digit that is being found to empty quotation marks to clear the input values or results. Next is the first of the operation buttons, the function or counting all the digits. First, we declare a variable name num input value that will get the value of the user input from the num input field. Next is the variable result that will hold the answer. It is set to 0 and will be containing the result once the function is executed. For this function, we use the if statement. Here we call the checkNumber function to confirm if the input value is valid before proceeding with the process. If it is true, the result variable will get the digit count with the help of the getDigitCount function. To update the object, we will set it with the property all digits. Lastly, to display the result, we use the element property inner HTML to display the label all digits, and then display all the digits. Lastly, we add a line break using BR.
Greetings, I'm Marceliana. Here in counting digits that are even number, we also use the let keyword, which is used to declare a local variable in TypeScript. It is similar to the var keyword, but it has some restriction in scoping compared to the var keyword. The let keyword can enhance our code readability and decrease our chance of programming errors. We also put a loop and nested if condition, which only executes when the outer if condition results in true, otherwise the corresponding else block is executed. Basically, this checks for every character in the input, and we put a non-keyword to access if the character is a number. Here in current char, we will see that if the current digit modulus is equal to 0, then it will have an even number which adds 1 to the counter. Then we update the object digits to output only even digits number and display the result, which is all even numbers.
Good afternoon, my name is Roger Morales, and I'm going to discuss the odd digit numbers. To count the odd digit numbers, we use the function name count odd digits, then we use the keyword let to num input value and result. The num input value is to get the value in input field, and the result is the output of the odd digit numbers. Then we use if statement to check the number input value. After that, we add the for loop to get the input length. The current char is the variable that convert the string output into numbers. Then we use the modulus operator to get the odd digit number, which is not equal to 2. The digit output that odd digit is equal result is to update the object digit output. And the output odd digit that inner HTML is to display the result or the digit number.
Good day, Sir Janus. My name is Palmajan Cedric A, and today I'll be explaining a function in our program. Find the most occurring digits. This button displays the numbers that are being repeated in the program. There can be multiple numbers with the same repetition, but most likely will display the most occurring number. For example, here we enter 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. If I click the button, in the output it will display the 2 digits that is repeated. If we enter 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4 and click again, the output will display the most occurring number, which is 4. If we enter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the output will display all numbers that occurred once.
Hello everyone, my name is Ivan Freud ENHYPEN. It sets the find digit property of a digit's output object to the single digit integer entered by the user. Also, it loops through each character in the larger number and converts it to a number. If the character is a number and it matches the single digit integer entered by the user, it sets result to true and breaks out of the loop. If the result is true, it displays a message indicating that the digit was found. Otherwise, it displays a message indicating that the digit was not found.
Hello everyone, my name is Regina Rose Arberde. And as you can see here in our code number analysis, we use the function getInputLength so that we can get the length of the string that the user input in our program. And inside this function, we have a variable num is equals to numinputField.value so that the program can get the variables num input field outside the function. So the program can get the length that the user input in the text field. We also have a variable numLength that will convert all the string that the user input into integer, and numLength will return them as integer. So the next function is getInputToString. We use this to convert the user input into a string. And then the function getCount just read the string length that we converted using the function getInputLength and return the value of it. And also, if the user input a decimal point, they will ignore it. And the last function that we inputted in our code is digitCount. This function counts how many digits that the user input in our text field. And if the user input any decimal point, the digit counter will ignore it and continue to count the next number. So, that's all.